coming up to the final 10 laps. You ride with Cameron McConville in the Super Cheap Auto Commodore, and this car went from 24th to 4th before experiencing severe power steering problems, and it looks like day over and out.
The car that's smoking is Murphy, so when you catch up to him, if you do, then you're done.
Well, Craig, man, I guess it's always difficult not spending a year in a V8 supercar, but swapping it with Porsche this weekend as well, and you're having a great result. You're running in 7th.
Yeah, it's not too bad. Obviously Jace qualified the car and did a good job, and I jumped in and he jumped in, started the race, brought it in 4th, and then we brought it back 4th. So I was almost a bit surprised, mate.
How do you feel on the car? You comfortable?
I had a few little back issues which I've changed before Bathurst, just little things in the seat and that, but no big drama. It's not the most technical circuit in the country, so just hope it strokes along to the end.
You're looking forward to it. You've obviously been out of V8s for the season, but you're looking forward to Bathurst, seeing as though the car looks strong.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to Bathurst because, to be fair, I was a little bit rusty here, and it took a few laps to get into it, but you know, that's probably to be expected. I think every co-driver probably feels the same way. It's just when you hop in a car that's in the top 5, you want to do a good job, but you want to push on, but you don't want to throw it off the road. And yeah, the whole team's done a good job all weekend, really. It's been good, and I think Gory should be happy.
Well done, Beto.
Thanks, mate.
Yeah, fine effort from Craig Baird and Jason Bargwanna and all of the WPS team, that's for sure. Lowndes continues the chase, but time has beaten him. The gap is 9.9 seconds, and that's a little too much to reel in these closing laps of the Better Electrical Sandown 500.
But the Bright Kelly battle is a really fascinating one. The last time through it was 1.1 seconds between Jason and Rick, and they seesaw. Oh, Craig, big mistake. He's off the road. He's off the road down at 8. Meantime, here are the leaders. Lowndes has gone out into the gravel down at 8. He couldn't pull it up.
Settle down. Not that long to go.
And that cements his 3rd. He just needs to consolidate that now. He's well clear of Brad.
The voice of reason, Campbell Little, saying, come on, mate, settle it down. Well, we have had 5 different round winners from the 7 rounds thus far. We're heading for our 6th different one if Bright can hold off this very persistent challenge from Rick Kelly.
And Bright's been deserving of that, hasn't he, when you consider the pace that he's shown at different points during the year. And for one reason or another, that hasn't converted from qualifying. Oh, there's the mistake for Craig. You can see it clearly on the Zinger replay. Big lock-up, got it sideways, managed it as best he could. There was never any doubt that he was going to get back on, but it was costly. It's a lock break just at the point of turn-in as he rolled the weight in the car, came away from the apex and just ran out of road, scuffed the edge of the beach, and then away he went. And Campbell's now just asking, was the front tyre okay? And that was a short, sharp response from Craig. Fine was the answer. I don't think he's too happy inside that car right at the moment. 1.2 seconds is the margin. Jason Bright, Rick Kelly. Here's the points for the round this weekend, and I owe Nathan Pretty an apology before. For some reason had a brain fade. That car was car number 51. It was Cam McConville that had the smoke coming out.
Gap now out to 1.2 seconds, Bright over Kelly. So there's a little more comfort there. There's a little more room to breathe coming into these closing handful of laps here at Sandown. It's gone fast, hasn't it? What a day. We've had a little bit of everything. And a car that looked like being a runaway winner in Mark Scaife and Garth Tander. There it is in the background, actually. Coming to grief. The restart after our 3rd caution period with a steering problem.
Lowndes still talking, very animated and angry about the back markers and how much that's cost him, but they've given him margins now. He's 13 seconds, nearly 14 seconds behind Rick Kelly, and he's 4 odd seconds up the road from Brad Jones. So, and there's Brad, 4th place. Gee, that'll be a welcome relief for him. This will be the best result of the year, and the result at just the right time.
Talking to team principal Kim Jones, and he was saying a lot of people will jump on the bandwagon and say we're only good in enduros, but that's not the case. We've had a change of personnel in the team. You mentioned before engineer Phil Curtis returning, but they've also had a couple of people leave, and that changes the harmony within the team and the morale. And he said the guys have turned full circle and are working so flat out with so much passion. This is like a completely new team. So thumbs up to Team BOC. Mark?
Will Davison, we've grabbed you away from the telly. You're crossing your legs, you're uncrossing your legs. Steve is in 5th. How are you going?
Yeah, listen, we've had a very good day, to be honest. I had a fantastic stint in the middle. We got the car up to third. Listen, everyone's worked very, very well all day. The car's extremely strong. Strategy's gone well. We lost out a little bit with that last safety car. Unfortunately, a couple of the cars behind us were able to pit under the safety car. That was Bright and the BOC car. So we've lost 2 spots from third to fifth, but Stevie's pushing on out there. He's closing in on Brad, but fingers crossed, mate. I don't know if we've got enough laps left.
It's a business end of the season, though, and it bodes well for Mount Panorama and Bathurst coming up.
It does. Listen, the team's really working well together. Stevie and I have formed a great combination, and it's the right time of the year to be coming good. It's going to be an extremely good haul of points here today, but to be honest, we're setting our standards pretty high. I was really, really pushing for the podium. It's not over yet, but it's not looking so likely.
We'll let you to go back to chewing your fingernails, Will.
Yeah, good on you guys. Thank you. Thanks.
And Will's older brother, Alex, is currently running in 13th place in the other DJR Falcon. He's done a nice job today. Just narrowly missed out on the top 10 shootout yesterday. So good work from the Davison brothers.
Bad sportsmanship flag for Russell Ingall for touching those cones at the end of the back straight at turn 6. Not that he's overly concerned about that, I'm sure, at the moment. But he's down in 28th position. You would not have thought that that'd be the case for those guys. Mark Skaife, if you're an HRT fan, in 26th. So big names, Skaife and Ingall, 26 and 28 for Ford and Holden, respectively. And that's an amazing situation for those guys. Bradley's holding on here. Good pace. This car has found a lot in the last couple of weeks.
Back
and
at the front.
Scuff for the lead, and you know, it keeps on seesawing. It's a great battle between these two guys, and it's outstanding performance from both of them.
It's probably been going on for the best part of 20 or more laps, and Bright just chipped away at the back of Rick Kelly, pulled off that very daring move, well, almost daring around the top part of the circuit, and then finally crunched the deal. There is older brother Todd, and no doubt mum and dad John and Margaret Kelly would be there. It's Todd's wife looking on. We should say happy Father's Day to Todd too. He's got a little one.
Mason.
I've actually just walked back out of that garage, the Toll garage, and have had a word to Todd Kelly. He tells me that they made a change in the last pit stop to that car. They made a rear roll center adjustment to it. They're looking for better entry to mid-corner grip from the car, and I wonder whether Rick's maybe just cooled off, settled down for a little bit to have a crack here towards the end of the race, but they have made it painfully clear that he is thinking about the championship. The big picture is what Rick Kelly is focused on.
And rightfully so. Particularly at this point in the championship. Remember that after Bathurst they've also got to drop around, so that scrambles the points a little as well. Coming off turn 8, just very carefully feeding the power in for Rick.
Well, this is all very serious stuff right now. The two Kelly brothers have a fabulous sense of humour. They're good mates with Nathan Pretty, and the three boys are going to make the trek to Mount Panorama Bathurst in a 1975 Combi van. Yeah. They've painted it with white wall tyres, and they plan on wearing their open-face helmets in the car on the way up there.
If it makes it. I was with them in the workshop the other day when they were negotiating the purchase of the said motorhome, Flower Power motorhome.
Just a reminder, coming up a little later this afternoon in just over an hour and a half's time. Rather, I should say less than an hour's time, in just over half an hour's time, 5 p.m. As soon as we come off air on rpmlive.tv, Jack's Chats, you can chat with Paul Dumbrell.
This is still very, very close. That's striking distance, and he's getting the benefit of the draft being created by Jason's car there.
Closing few laps here at Sandown.
Two great drivers, two great teams. Pressure driving. Mark Skaife, the watching brief, but he's out of this motor race.
Look at this, look at this. Rick is right up on Jason Bright now. Closing few laps. You can't ask for it to be any closer than this. He's on the wrong side for that turn, but he is pressuring Jason Bright into making a mistake.
He'll try the crisscross here. He was much better then. He actually got out of the throttle, weaved from one side to another, and then came up the other side. So he's got pace. He can actually get this back, and he's going to run down the gutter. Bright, he's going to run him right of the way to the left. So he crosses over. Well, now is not the time to tell a driver about a brake balance thing. So they give a message to Jason Bright to shift the brake balance while he was almost in the braking area.
And Rick Kelly is doing a beautiful job of pressuring him into turn 2. This 3-4 complex. Off Often drivers can make an error here. Kelly will be looking for a good drive onto the back straight. Watch the drag race. He'll tuck in behind Bright, get the draft and try and make a move.
Can't believe that Phil spoke to Jason at the point where he's about to put his foot on the brake pedal down there.
It has been much talked about the straight line speed of the Toll HSV dealer team Commodore. But the Cat Ford's not bad either. Mark Winterbottom, Rod Barrett look on at FPR. The pressure is on. They're looking down the barrel of their first round win in 2006. Winterbottom's first round win ever. But Kelly wants to steal it away.
Jason was able to be in a better position into turn 9 that time. A little bit too much wheel spin for Rick coming off 10. Christy Kelly in the background behind husband Todd there. What a tense situation.
Last couple of laps.
Jason Bright skating in on the rear brakes, then into turn 1. He's got that car maxed out.
Kelly
These two guys
runs
absolutely going punch for punch. If either of them makes a blue, Craig Lowndes 16 seconds behind, but there to grab a crumb if there is one.
This race has been going on for 3 hours, 20 minutes. And you've got two cars separated by nothing. Kelly swerves out of the draft just to try and be an annoyance to Bright, break his concentration, maybe put himself in a position to make a move. Inside of turn 8, flicks to the outside.
And whenever Jason has to go that defensive, that slows his mid-corner speed, but it does make it hard for Rick to sight where he needs to be. The problem at the moment is where to do it. He could do it if he was in just the right spot here, but it's awkward through 9. But if he could stay on the outside, he'd be up there for 10. Can't do it now. Fantastic motor racing between these guys.
Onto the front straight. We're running out of time. We're running out of laps.
1 to go. 3.1 kilometres. 10 turns. Bright is the leader. Kelly in hot pursuit. Has he got anything for him? The two of them are absolutely at 100%.
Couldn't ask for this to be any better. Kelly lost a little bit of ground there. Ford is heading for its third consecutive Better Electrical Sandown 500 win. The boys crossing their fingers. Winterbottom has done all his work early in the day. He did 90 laps. So too Kelly. Kelly did almost the full complement allowed for one driver. He almost did 107. And then handed over to his younger brother. Can Rick Kelly do it? Or will Bright hang on for his first Sandown 500 win? It'll be a first for either driver.
Rick was just a little wide down there that time off the top of the hill. Jason runs defensive.
Pressure, pressure, pressure. Closing 2 corners. Kelly goes the other side this time, but that Cat Ford is wide. Great driving from both men.
He's going to try and crisscross. He might sneak up the inside. It'll be absolutely nose to tail at the control line. What a fantastic race.
Better Electrical Sandown 500 goes to Ford Performance Racing.
Great racing.
Jason Bright, Mark Winterbottom wins Sandown. Super stuff, and that is Winterbottom's first ever V8 round victory. How about that? And the emotion inside FPR. They've had pole positions. Todd Kelly knew it just slipped away, but his brother did everything he could. That was pressure motor racing.
Both those teams, all of those drivers should be very proud of their achievements today. That was fantastic.
And take nothing away from Craig Lowndes. That was a monster effort from Craig Lowndes. What a year for that young man. Hasn't it all gone in the right direction as we check the VB scoreboard? The results of the Better Electrical Sandown 500. Winterbottom and Bright, the victors. And then Rick and Todd Kelly, Lowndes and Whincup, and Stephen Johnson got Brad Jones right in the dying moments to steal 4th place away. How about that? And Dean Canto, Lee Holdsworth with a top result there as well. Jason Bargwanna and Craig Baird, Morris and Ellery, Courtney and Seaton, and Pretty and Wheel all in the top 10. As we roll through this entire 31 car field, we now get back into trouble zone. Guys who experienced a tough day, either it be crash, mechanical, whatever the case may be. Boy, there are so many stories to tell.